Hello everyone, this is a final exam review to help prepare you for this term's final exam in Marketing 201. The exam is going to cover questions from customer relationship management, marketing strategies, consumer behavior, marketing research, segmentation, pricing, IMC, advertising, social media, and sales management. I've listed the chapters from each version of the book. You need to understand that a marketing program is a plan that integrates the marketing mix to provide a good service or idea to prospective buyers. A need occurs when a person feels deprived of necessities such as food, clothing, and shelter. But a want is often shaped by our knowledge, culture, and personality. So understand what a need versus want is. Know that a product is a good service or idea consisting of a bundle of tangible and intangible attributes that satisfies consumer needs and wants and is received in exchange for money or something else of value. So you need to understand that a product is. Market orientation is the orientation of an organization that focuses efforts on continuously collecting information about customer needs and sharing this across departments, using it to create customer value. That is market orientation. Know what that is? Definitely know what the 4 P's of the marketing mix are. We've talked about this in class a lot: product, price, promotion, and place. Understand market share, and that is the ratio of sales revenue of a firm to the total sales revenue of all firms in the industry, including that firm. So it's the entire industry and the share of that firm as part of the whole industry. Market segmentation is the aggregating prospective buyers into groups that have common needs and respond similarly. Remember, we did this exercise in class. You're targeting your specific target market. Marketing tactics are the day-to-day operational decisions essential to the overall success of your marketing strategy. So you can see in this graphic all the different types of tactics that are utilized through the customer journey and how you move people along that funnel. So know what a marketing tactic is. Marketing strategies: know what an organization is. And an organization is a legal entity that consists of people who share a common mission. So know what, then be able to recognize organization. Be able to recognize an offering and know that it refers to a good service or idea that creates value for both the organization and its customers by satisfying those needs and wants. Then moving on to consumer behavior. Be able to recognize what a brand community is and that it refers to a specialized group of customers with a structured set of relationships involving a particular brand, fellow customers of that brand, and the product in use. You can see here the factors which influence the consumer decision-making process. Understand that often customers are influenced by the views, opinions, or behavior of others. So 2 important aspects are opinion leadership and word of mouth. Opinion leaders exert direct or indirect influence over others, and word of mouth activity influences others through conversation. Know what a lifestyle is, that it's a mode of living that's identified by how people spend their time and resources, what they consider is important to the environment, and what they think of themselves and the world around them. Understand those steps of the decision buying process and be able to recognize different stages, and that in this particular example, the problem that has been recognized, you understand there's a problem, you're looking to search for information in order to solve that problem. Attitude is a learned predisposition to respond to an object or class of objects in a consistently favorable or unfavorable way. Be able to recognize what an attitude is. Brand loyalty, the favorable attitude towards a brand over a period of time. Be able to recognize what brand loyalty is and define that. Know that when companies or when doing market research, when a market research organization interviews 6 to 10 past, present, and prospective customers simultaneously, that is considered a focus group or defined as a focus group. In marketing research, know what a decision is, and that is a conscious choice among 2 or more alternatives people make about topics of interest. And this is very important for marketers to understand. Another type of market research is the individual interview, and that is a way of collecting questionnaire data to generate ideas that involve a single researcher asking to a single respondent. Many times in market research, you're making forecasts based on decision resulting from research. So understand what a sales forecast is, and that is the total sales of a product that a firm expects to sell during a specific time period under specified environmental conditions and its own marketing efforts. Know what a market product grid is. Know that it is a framework to relate the market segments of potential buyers to products offered or potential marketing actions by an organization. So be able to recognize what a market product grid is. Know that a marketing manager goes through several steps to put segmentation plans into effect. And this, you would type a target, create a target market, and then you're going to select the markets to segment without encountering excessive costs. So the key word here is selecting the markets to segment. Know that once you form that market segment, you have to select the markets to segment. A marketing strategy involves a firm using different marketing mix actions to help consumers perceive product as being different and better than competing products. Know that definition of product differentiation. This is how we help set ourselves differently than our competitors. Again, market segmentation, you are aggregating prospective buyers into groups that have common needs and will respond similarly to marketing action. Know what product positioning is, that it's a place that a product offering occupies in our minds as consumers on important attributes. So when we're considering purchase, we have certain brands that automatically come to mind. That's product positioning, to be the brand that comes to mind. Know the profit equation. Be able to recognize a firm's profit equation. Total revenue minus total cost, or unit price times quantity sold minus fixed cost plus variable cost. Be able to recognize that equation. Know what ROI is as it relates to different objectives for a firm's profit. So return on investment. Know what bundle pricing is, the marketing of 2 or more products into a single package price. Understand what break-even analysis is, that it's a technique to analyze the relationship between total revenue and total cost to determine profitability. Be able to recognize what loss leader pricing is, at deliberately selling a product below its typical price, not necessarily to increase sales, but to attract customer attention, hoping that they're going to buy additional products. A lot of times these are on end caps or different promotions to get you into the store and then buy more. Know what a demand curve is, the quantity sold and price, which shows the maximum number of units that can be sold at a given price. Be able to recognize demand curve. Moving into integrated marketing communications, understand the 4 stages of the product life cycle and be able to recognize each stage. So to inform is the promotional objective of the introduction stage of the product life cycle. And to persuade is the objective in the growth stage of the product life cycle. Know that a percentage of sales budgeting is a budgeting method that allocates funds to a promotion as a percentage of past or anticipated sales in terms of either dollars or units sold. Be able to recognize that budgeting method. Know that the ultimate goal and primary function of a promotional mix is to persuade consumers to try a product, to purchase. You're trying to move them along that funnel into the purchase page. A common publicity tool for organizations is the news conference, and that is where representatives of the media are invited to an informational meeting, and then advanced materials are sent to them to review. Know that a comparative or informational ad shows one brand's strengths relative to those of their competitors. You can see here the Whopper versus the Big Mac. That's comparative. You're comparing against your competitors. Then you have competitive, and this is where you're kind of outlining and promoting your own brand features and benefits. That's a competitive ad. A full-service ad agency is an ad agency that provides the most complete range of services, including market research, media selection, copy development, artwork, and production, versus a limited service agency, which might only do one or two components there. So be able to understand what a full-service ad agency is. Also, be able to recognize the pioneering ad, and this is in the introductory stage of the life cycle, and it tells people what the product is, and the key objective is really to inform the target market. So you can see here how Disney Plus is launching March 28th, pioneering ad, just to inform the target market. Moving on to social media, be able to recognize what a blog is, a web page that serves as a publicly accessible personal journal, an online forum for an individual or an organization. Know the different types of social media metrics as far as measuring ads, that a company paying a set amount to Facebook every time a user clicks on its ad would use a cost per click. And then every time the company that pays a penny for every 1,000 times the ad loads would be a cost per 1,000. So be able to understand the differences between the metrics. So you have cost per 1,000, cost per action, cost per click, and click-through rate. Be able to recognize those four as metrics for social media. Know what a wiki is, that it's a website whose content is created and edited by ongoing collaboration of end users. Be able to recognize user-generated content. It shows a significant degree of creative effort, so it is more than simply posting on a newspaper, magazine article, or a blog without editing or comments. It's published on a publicly accessible website, not simply just email. It's consumer-generated, customer-generated by an individual outside of the company without the commercial market in mind. So when individuals comment on brands that have posted, that is user-generated content. Understand what a brand manager does. Be able to recognize what they do and what they don't do. So they may compose the title, copy, images for an ad for their brand. They may specify the web address. They may specify where the ad should link to. They are aligning these brands' social media marketing goals. They're trying to increase awareness, build that fan base. They may link the ad to the website or to the social channels. Ideally, encouraging and producing new sales that can be tracked. They may link to coupon codes to a specific product on a website or a promotional offer, and they may define the characteristics of one or more market segments they want to reach, including the demographics of that, but they do not buy ad placements. So you have to remember they may create and they may track and they measure, but they do not buy ad placements. Moving on to sales management, the last chapter, you need to be able to recognize what a qualified prospect is, that it's an individual who wants to buy a product that can afford to buy it, the decision maker. You need to understand consultative selling, that it's a need satisfaction presentation format that focuses on problem identification, where the salesperson serves as an expert on problem recognition and resolution. Be able to know what a sales plan is, that it's a statement describing what can be achieved and where and how the selling effort or salespeople can be deployed. A sales quota is the specific goals assigned to the salesperson, sales team, branch sales office, or sales district for a stated time period. Understand what a sales quota is. And then lastly, if you want to just excel, there is an extra credit opportunity. Please don't leave this class without understanding the factors that are required for marketing to occur. And that is when two or more parties, individuals or organizations, have unsatisfied needs. There is a desire and ability on each of their parts to satisfy those needs. There is a way for those parties to communicate, and there is something to exchange. Other than that, you've got this. Good luck. Have a great summer.